Live boxing is back here on CBS Sports for the first time in 15 years. Today we are pleased to present a world title fight and, time permitting, an Olympian's pro debut right here on CBS.
All right, well, earlier today we had a chance to call 2012 U.S. Olympian Errol Spence Jr.'s fight against Richard Andrews. We pick up the action in round 3. A bronze medalist at the 2008 Olympics, undefeated heavyweight prospect takes on a fellow undefeated Kelvin Price later tonight, both standing 6'7". We expect fireworks in that one, and Spence continues to put on that hard hat and go to work here against Richard Andrews.
And if we thought round 1 was an aberration with Spence throwing 112 punches, well, he threw 110 in the last round and landed 56, according to show stats, and Andrews threw only 26. He is just absorbing a lot of punishment.
Andrews wanting to crowd Spence. Crowd spins away, works the body with the left hand, goes upstairs with the right and a left. And referee Thomas Taylor has seen enough. A deluge of leather thrown by Errol Spence Jr. And just like he did in his debut, he records another third-round stoppage win here.
What makes what he did so impressive, I think, is that we all pointed out Richard Andrews, who's not a bad fighter, came here to try and win, and he tried very hard early on in this match, but Spence is a very accurate and precise puncher.
And Andrews gets stopped for the first time in his career.
Yeah, and a lot of credit to Spence. You know, like Al said, a lot of these opponents, they don't try, these 4-round opponents. A lot of them know their opponents. They kind of take a little bit of leather and then kind of pack it in. Andrews never stopped trying, so the fact that Spence still got him out of there, it makes it extra all the more impressive.
So a good-looking former Olympian Errol Spence Jr. improves to 2-0 with 2 wins via knockout.
We will look back at where this fight ended. The referee taking a long, hard look at Andrews. He had absorbed tremendous punishment to both the body and the head, and you see the swelling around the left eye. The accurate combination punch there by Spence was convincing enough to get the fight stopped. And what was intriguing, I think, about this matchup for Errol Spence is he showed us certain skill sets that will serve him well as we watch him pounding away on Andrews. The accuracy of his punching, the fact that he varies his attack to both the body and the head is very, very impressive. And one last look at how this fight was stopped, and see the referee Taylor looking very closely and really made an appropriate stoppage.
Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, we have the time of 44 seconds in round number 3. A referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Errol Spence Jr.
So a look at Errol Spence Jr., member of the 2012 U.S. Olympic men's boxing team. It was not a great year for the Olympic squad. For the first time ever, they were unable to mine a medal at the 2012 Summer Games in London. But Errol Spence Jr. getting off to a great start in his pro career, improving to 2-0 with both victories inside the distance.
Well, he got the farthest at the Olympics, going to the quarterfinals, and we see why. He is a very accurate and precise puncher, and what was really impressive was his body work. He's now 2-0, and he is a fighter, I think, to watch among these Olympians.
Paulie, what did you like about Spence's performance?
He looked like a full-fledged pro, very relaxed, no nerves at all, considering it was only his second pro fight.
All right, let's bring in Brian Kenny.
And we've been busy here today at the LA Sports Arena. As Barry had mentioned, 3 young U.S. Olympians from the 2012 United States team fighting here this afternoon, one including making his pro debut. Let's take a look. And remember, amateur boxing now, very different from the pros. This team will still be heard from. Start off Errol Spence Jr., 22 years old from Dallas, Texas. Made the Olympic quarters, and he beat Richie Andrews here, TKO in round 3. Spence is now 2-0 with 2 KOs. Then Joseph Diaz Jr. making his pro debut, 20 years old. He had a 4-round decision over Vicente Alfaro. This was called a knockdown. He actually got kneed to the groin to the canvas, but he gets a 4-round decision, was able to smile about it afterwards. Well, he's smiling now anyway. And then the pride of Staten Island, 22-year-old Marcus Browne out of the Atlas Cops and Kids gyms in New York City. 3 knockdowns of Richie Cherry. Browne looking like a dangerous pro. He is now 2-0 with 2 knockouts. All 3 3 join us right here on the set right now. Hello, fellas. How's everything going?
How's it going?
Good to see you young guys up here. Errol, first, what is it like, again, the difference between the amateur and the pros now that you're 2 fights in?
The main difference is no headgear and no computer scoring. We're not fighting to the amateur system no more. We're fighting more of a pro style, and that's what we're more accustomed to.
Right. As far as you, Joseph, I mean, this was the pro debut, right? So what was it like walking out today?
It was awesome, man. Just hearing the crowd cheering me on and everything. It was really great. I think everybody for the support. It was kind of different in there because you're fighting without a headgear, so you have to watch out for all the headbutts and all the collides. But other than that, it's kind of the same. You're still using your speed, your strength. You're still trying to stay relaxed. So it was really great. It was a great experience.
Yeah, and I know I'm familiar, Marcus, too. Obviously, I've worked with Teddy Atlas for many years. 650 kids off the streets now in New York City in those gyms. They all look up to you now because you got to go to the Olympics. Now you're 2-0. What is it like to have all those kids look up to you?
It's a beautiful thing, but I know I have a job to do, and that's to stay on the straight and narrow and just be a great role model for those kids. And I'm glad I could represent the Atlas Copter kids in a great way.
By the way, I texted Teddy, Marcus Browne, KO 1. He texted me back just a second ago, and he said, "Boy, I'm surprised it went that long." I didn't know. What does that even mean? But that's Teddy, of course, obviously. Is it a relief? Again, I don't look down on amateur fighting, but it's got to be difficult. There are decisions that you guys lose you must be bewildered by. Is it kind of a relief to be in the pros now?
Yes, it's a big relief because in the amateur system, it seemed like they were kind of against us. International was kind of against us, so a lot of decisions didn't go our way that we thought we won. It's a big relief now to be fighting in the pro system and getting a fair chance to win.
How about you, Joseph?
Exactly what Errol said, and I believe that in the pros now, every single round you get a fresh start. Unlike the amateurs, if you're down in the first round, then you have to come back in the second or third. But in the pros, you could win the first round and then lose the second and third, or win the second and third. So it's kind of different, and I like that.
Well, and you look like you're ready to slug, Marcus, right? You feel like better as a pro?
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes I get a little over anxious, so I got to relax and calm down and pick my shots a little bit better. But that comes with experience, and I'm just glad I got my second one out the way. Looking forward to my third one.
Well, hey guys, great seeing you here. You're the young, smiling, having a good time. The crowd is excited to see you here. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Enjoy your win today.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joseph Diaz, again, Marcus Browne, and Errol Spence. Guys, thank you so much.